Hello, good people of Bills Nation, and welcome to this playoff edition of the NFL right here on Snyderman Broadcasting. It is divisional playoff week with great games on tap for you, but before we get into that coverage, we would like to remind you once again that the NFL Draft and all off-season moves will be broadcast live on twitch.tv/Snyderman_Inc. on February 28th at 9 a.m. That is February 28th at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Snyderman Broadcasting will cover the NFL Draft and all offseason moves of your Buffalo Bills. Link for that broadcast is in the description of this broadcast, so you don't want to miss a move of this NFL offseason. The future of your Bills is going to start being built February 28th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time over on Snyderman on Twitch. So we will see you there. But let's take a look around the NFL now. These divisional matchups are shaping up to be great as the Cowboys, number one seed in the NFC, are set to host Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Rams coming out, potentially being the favorite in the NFC. The Cowboys, though, cannot be written off as the division's number one seed. Out at Highmark Stadium, your Bills are going to host the Cinderella story of Trevor Lawrence and his Jacksonville Jaguars. Nobody expected the Jaguars to make it this far, but here we are. In an AFC West rivalry, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to head out on to Kansas City to face Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs. So a little bit of a rivalry here on divisional weekend. And the Bucs are going to travel to Arizona to face Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Tampa Bay, under the leadership of Tom Brady for the second year in a row, looking for back-to-back Super Bowl titles. Your Bills, however, are dealing with some injuries heading into this game. First of all, their starting center, Mitch Morse, out for the rest of the playoffs with a torn labrum. A.J. Klein, starting left outside linebacker, strained his quad. He will be out this week. And Richard Sherman has a dislocated hip. He will be out until Super Bowl week. So lots of injuries that the Bills are going to have to deal with. We'll see how that shapes up. You do have Feliciano that moved on over to center for this matchup, as well as Beagle starting in that outside linebacker spot. But without further ado, let's head out to Highmark Stadium where your Bills are set to host these surprise Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of these teams wanting to return to the AFC Championship game. And the matchup that we have to watch today is going to be Trevor Lawrence versus Greg Rousseau. Both of those players looking for NFL Rookie of the Year honors on their respective sides of the ball. So that'll be an interesting matchup. But here we go. As Isaiah McKenzie fields this kickoff, he will take that out to call it the 29.5 for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, great season for him as we've already talked about. Really good numbers, just want to cut down those turnovers. Man, Buffalo has a bright, bright future on the arm of Josh Allen. Allen under center to start this quarter. He's going to hand the ball off to Singletary, who had himself a good year. Third in rushing yards in the NFL, so great job for Singletary this year. We will see what next year holds for Singletary as Allen drops back and his pass is going to be batted down. That'll lead to a punt by Buffalo. And there you see the numbers for Trevor Lawrence, 40 touchdowns and 4,700 yards passing on the season for young Trevor. So Jacksonville seems to have found their quarterback for the future as Lawrence, out of the gun, he's going to drop back. He's going to drop this off to his tight end. Very, very quick release there. And that will be a first down. Not quite. Excuse me, second and inches on that pickup now. Edmonds on the tackle on that play, but Lawrence does have these Jaguars driving. 2nd and 7 from the Buffalo 27. They got a man in motion. Robinson going to try to get something going, and he'll lose probably half a yard there on that tackle. And who else but Hughes on that play? Hughes been huge on this rushing defense for the Bills. It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Hughes. Retirement has been a question. Hughes has been kind of shying away from these questions. And speaking of, Hughes is going to get the sack on Lawrence. So back-to-back big plays from Hughes there are going to lead to a 3rd and long situation for the Jaguars. There you see Lawrence trying to avoid the pressure and just runs right into the sack from Hughes. The dreaded R word is not something you usually want to hear from Hughes, or from any player for that matter, but we will see what happens here in the future with Hughes. But right now, these Bills just trying to get back to that AFC Championship game, potentially go into Arrowhead or host the Raiders right here at Highmark Stadium next week. Meantime, Lawrence is going to find Chenault for a touchdown. So the Jaguars are going to take an early lead here in the first quarter. We're about halfway through quarter number 1, and just Trevor Lawrence again finding a receiver as he's done all year long for these Jaguars. Chenault, big score there. Touchdown Jacksonville. It is now 7-0 Jags heading into the midway point of quarter number 1. So Allen looking to have a bounce-back drive. It was a 3rd and out on last drive for these Bills, as Allen going to hand the ball off to Singletary. Singletary picks up about 7 on that play, so good gain there. 2nd and 3 for Buffalo, as Allen and Singletary have these Bills moving. There you see Lawrence was pumping up his guys there. Ball at about midfield, 1st and 10. Beasley in motion there. Allen drops back. He's going to find Knox. Big completion there to Knox out on the sideline. 1st down, Buffalo. That'll put him up at 50 yards total. Knox, 22 yards on that reception. Great job there moving the chains by this Buffalo offense. Knox, we've been singing his praises so far this year as well. He's quickly becoming one of the league's top-tier tight ends. Great hand for Allen and this Buffalo offense. Meanwhile, 1st and 10, Allen's going to drop back. He's looking for a receiver. He's going to find Singletary, and Singletary wide open, touchdown. So Singletary gets out open in the flat. Allen checks it down, and just nobody around. Nobody covering Singletary. He gets away from the zone coverage, and there was just nobody in between him and the end zone. Big score there. Good response drive for the Bills after a 3rd and out on their first drive. So that was a great, much-needed drive for Buffalo. 7-7 now, as Lawrence leads his team back out on the field, looking to replicate what they did on the last drive. Robinson there, not going anywhere. Hard-fought 0-yard gain on that play. So a lot of running, a lot of pushing, a lot of nothing. Lawrence, however, is going to bounce right back, and he is going to find his receiver. But the big story here is Hughes is down with an injury to end the quarter. We will keep an eye on that. We'll give you an update on Hughes' status as soon as we possibly can. We will see what goes on with Hughes in the next couple plays here. Meanwhile, Edmonds is going to take down Robinson. Hughes is back in the game, so it must have just been a small stinger there. So good news for Buffalo, who's already been dealing with injuries. Lawrence, 8 for 8 now, as that is Treadwell's 3rd reception on the game. Lawrence has this Jags offense clicking to start the half. In this first half, Buffalo's defense hasn't really been able to do much. Lawrence going to drop back, and Rousseau gets the sack. So 2 Rookie of the Year candidates meet up there. Again, Lawrence pretty much a shoo-in, you would think, for NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Meanwhile, Greg Rousseau has made his claim for Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL. Time will tell where those two sit in terms of that reward, or award, rather. Meanwhile, ball is in the red zone. Tight end handoff. That will be Jacob Hollister on the tight end touchdown run. So that puts Jacksonville firmly back in the lead. Touchdown score. So that'll make it 14-7 Jacksonville. And pulling out all the stops, Jacksonville has made a surprise run. They are not looking for it to end here in Buffalo as they take another lead here in the second quarter. Allen going to have to work his magic yet again. He's been having a pretty good day so far. Not too bad. Allen going to hand the ball off to Singletary. Singletary, nowhere to go on that. He looked to run it up the middle. There was nothing there. Tried to cut it outside. Just that little delay was enough for this Jags defense to stop. Meanwhile, Allen is going to scramble. He's going to try to pick this up with his legs, and he is going to have to run out of bounds just short. Allen doing the smart thing, not taking a hit there, but he doesn't pick up the first, and that is going to lead to a 3-and-out from Buffalo. So not what you want if you are this Bills team already down a touchdown. Lawrence has proven already he can move the ball this first half. Ball's on the ground there. Big fumble by Lawrence. It's going to be picked up by his offensive lineman. Micah Hyde is going to strip Lawrence of the football. Robinson picks it up and advances it for a first down. So, again, you see this Jacksonville team really wanting to pull out all the stops for this victory. Lawrence going to find Jones, but Jones is going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. So, turns out that fumble recovery for a first down doesn't hurt Buffalo. McDermott trying to figure out what the plan is going to be on offense for this next drive. Robinson, 2 yards short. Big stop there. Milano on the stop. Milano's been huge for this Buffalo defense as well. Having a career year is Milano. Meanwhile, McKenzie. McKenzie's going to cut the ball back inside. He's going to take it out past the 20. He's at 30. Cuts back into midfield. Gets it up to about the 40. Call it the 38-yard line. 22 yards on the return for McKenzie. So good return there. Buffalo has been really impressed with what McKenzie's been able to do. They might be looking to get him more involved in the offense as these playoffs move forward. But right now, they've been pretty happy with what they've been seeing as of late on returns from McKenzie. Meanwhile, Singletary going to bounce it outside. Get a pretty good gain there. Call it about 7 on the play for Devin Singletary. So Singletary, a bright spot in this Bills offense, has that motor. Allen now under center. Allen looking for a quick slant to Beasley. That'll be Chason on the pick. So Jags get a big turnover as Allen was looking to catch the defense off guard as Chason just jumps the pass of Josh Allen there. Big turnover for these Bills. That'll lead Trevor Lawrence and this Jags offense onto the field for a big possession. Great field position for the Jags as they come out, ball at about the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Lawrence is going to try to avoid pressure, but Epinesa and Milano are both going to be there to bring him down for the sack. Matt Milano going to be credited with the majority of that sack on that play. But great play there by the Bills. That is exactly what you want immediately following the turnover to keep this momentum from getting out of hand quickly. Rosas on the field goal attempt, that is going to be up and good. So Jags are going to take the lead here. Make that 17-7 Jacksonville as we approach halftime. Allen just 3 for 7, 60 yards on the day. 1 touchdown, of course, the 1 interception leads to a 17-7 Jacksonville lead here as we are approaching the end of the first half. But that'll be Zach Moss getting a much-needed touchdown for these Bills right before the half. Make that 17-14 Jacksonville as we head into halftime. Moss been a big red zone bright spot for this Bills offense. He's been great to have, racked up the touchdowns for this Bills offense this season, and he continues it here in this divisional round. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence, 12 for 14, 150 yards on the day, and a touchdown. About 40 seconds left in the half. Lawrence out of the gun. He's going to be looking downfield. He's going to find a receiver there, and they'll call timeout, but that should take us to a long field goal attempt, and that is up and good. So Jacksonville, off the foot of Rosas, has a 6-point lead heading into halftime. Rosas, 2 big second quarter field goals, has given Jacksonville a 6-point lead there. And the story is Jacksonville outplaying Buffalo on pretty much every side or every aspect of this game so far, with the exception of the running game. So if you are Buffalo, do you come out and do you lean on Devin Singletary in the second half? I think you have to if you are going to have a chance to deal with this Jacksonville's defense. And you have to make some adjustments on your defensive end as well, because Lawrence, quite frankly, has been torching these Bills here this evening. But Jacksonville will start the second half with the ball and the lead, 20-14 Jacksonville, as we come back from halftime, and they will take over ball at about the 25. So pretty much a touchback there. On the return, might as well have taken a knee. And there's the young Trevor Lawrence, ready to rack up another playoff victory, perhaps, here in Buffalo. We will see what happens as Robinson gets the handoff, and he's going to be brought down with a modest gain. But again, this Jacksonville offense is moving. Lawrence going to find his receiver Chenault in the flat, and that's going to be a big gain. 271 yards for Jacksonville's offense here early in the third quarter. As there you see Josh Allen again trying to get his guys fired up as the Jags continue to move the chains. They continue to push into the red zone. Empty backfield for the Jags, and they are going to find Jones for the touchdown, expanding this lead out now. It is 26-14 Jacksonville with that score. Jones just beats the defense, gets open and goes in for the score. So Jacksonville coming out strong in the first half and continuing that into half number 2. They will go for 2 on this. Lawrence out of the gun for this 2-point conversion, and he will get it. So that'll be a 2-touchdown difference now for the Bills as they are down 28-14 here early in the second half, as Josh Allen trying to get his offense clicking. And again, I think Singletary has to be the move here. Singletary does get the ball. Good run on the play. Make that 9 rushes for 43 yards on the day. Call it 2nd and 5. Good 5-yard gain for Singletary. So I think you have to start leaning on him a little bit more if you are Buffalo. Meanwhile, Allen is going to find Diggs over the middle for a big gain. Much needed third down conversion there for this Bills offense. Diggs, three receptions on the day. as ball is going to be about midfield. Meanwhile, here at the end of the third quarter, your Bills are driving. Ball deep into Jacksonville territory. Ball at the 8. Allen's going to drop back. He's just going to scramble. He's going to get as much as he can, and he's going to get the pylon, so that will be a Bills touchdown here to end the third quarter. Allen did have Diggs open in the end zone on that play, but elects to do it himself. End result is the same. Touchdown Buffalo, making it a one-touchdown game entering the fourth quarter. 21-28. Jacksonville has the lead here at Highmark Stadium. Lawrence with the ball here to start the quarter. 3rd and 10. 3rd and a long 10 for the Jaguars to start quarter number 4. All kinds of audibles, all kinds of shifting going on there on the Jaguar side of the ball. Lawrence finally gets a play that he likes, finds his receiver in the flat, and that will be a big gain. 250 yards passing on the day for Lawrence now. Just over 300 yards total for this Jaguars offense that continues to move the chains on this Buffalo defense. And if you are Buffalo, you need to make a major adjustment in a hurry to stop this very potent passing attack that the Jacksonville Jaguars have going right now. And that'll do it. That was a big drop there on 3rd down. Missed opportunity there for the Jaguars. Leads to a 4th down. And that will lead to a punt. So great luck there for the Bills. Now you need to capitalize. If you are Josh Allen, if you are Devin Singletary and this Bills offense, you need all hands on deck right now in a response drive, as Allen's going to scramble and he is going to get a big gain with his legs there. Call it 2nd and inches now. Singletary going to pick up the rest, gets the 1st down. Dion Dawkins goes down on this play. So with an already patchwork offensive line, Dawkins, the left tackle, now goes down. So we'll see how Buffalo is able to respond, as there's yet another injury on that offensive line. Allen finds Beasley over the middle, puts them in the red zone. Ball at about the 21. That'll be a good conversion there on 3rd down for Beasley. So Allen has these Bills moving. Moving the chains with a vengeance is Buffalo. Down by a score here about halfway through the 4th quarter. Ball in the red zone now. Ball at the 4. Allen drops back. He's looking for, and he finds Diggs somehow off the back foot. Allen, feeling the pressure, just kind of throws it up and finds Diggs in the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Allen probably lucky that wasn't picked off. Not even on the back foot. Allen just kind of hops away. Wasn't a very pretty pass, but got the job done. Not the kind of footwork that you want, but Allen, who else but Josh Allen can make that throw? Who knows, maybe that guy down in Kansas City can make that throw. Maybe this young man right here and Trevor Lawrence could make that throw. Jaguars now take over. Ball at the 25. It is going to be a handoff to Robinson there to start the drive. Robinson, modest gain there. Call it about 3 to start the drive, as Lawrence has his Jaguars moving yet again. 2nd and 3 now. Ball at about the 42. Make that ball at around midfield, as Jacksonville does pick up the 1st. Here's Trevor Lawrence now out of the gun. Drops back. He's going to find his receiver. And Treadwell. That is Treadwell. And Treadwell splits the defense. And that is a touchdown for Jacksonville. Breaking the tie late. 1.5 minutes. So if you are the Bills, you now have 1.5 minutes to respond to Treadwell just breaking the defense. He gets away from Micah Hyde. He splits the defenders, and that could be all she wrote here in Buffalo. Josh Allen had a turnaround half, 17 for 23, 201 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns, and of course that 1 interception. Allen now drops back. He finds Sanders. Sanders gets the first and gets out of bounds. So saving those timeouts. Again, Buffalo looking at about a minute and a half left of this ball game, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Allen drops back. He finds Singletary there, and that will be a first. Buffalo will have to take a timeout. 35-28. Jacksonville here at the end of the fourth quarter, or near the end of the fourth quarter. About a minute left if you're Buffalo. Time's running out, and running out in a hurry. Allen looking to throw downfield. He's not going to find anybody on that play. He was looking for Sanders. Nothing doing there. 2nd and 11 now. Ball at about the 47. Allen rolls out. He's going to find Knox, and Knox gets the completion. Not a lot doing there. 49 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 9. Allen again drops back. He looks for, and he finds Davis, so that'll be a first down, and the Bills are going to have to take their second time out. So the Bills are driving here. Touchdown ties it. Anything else sends the Bills home. Allen's going to drop back again. He is going to find Beasley. Beasley's just going to take it out of bounds. Save some time. 37 seconds now on the clock. And if you're Buffalo, when do you take a shot? Is it now? It looks like it's now. It's up. And that is Diggs in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. 30-yard touchdown for Stephon Diggs. Big air out from Josh Allen. Huge play there. And the Bills not going down without a fight. And how fitting is it that it is Stephon Diggs catching that tying touchdown. Diggs was heartbroken at the end of the game last season in Arrowhead. Watched this Chiefs celebrate at the end of the AFC Championship game. Vowed not to let that happen again. And he catches the tying touchdown. Meanwhile, the Jaguars are now the ones to respond, looking to get Rosas into field goal position. Rosas, 2 big field goals at the end of the first half. Nothing doing since then, as Robinson is stuffed by this Bills defense. 35-35 all here in Buffalo at the end of the fourth quarter. 23 seconds left now. So got to make up a lot of yards quickly if you're Jacksonville, and that'll do it. Lawrence takes off. He's going to slide at about the 49, and they will take a timeout. So Jacksonville looking to respond to the big touchdown from Buffalo. Lawrence, he is going to find, I believe that was Robinson that he found there. Puts the Jacksonville Jaguars in field goal position. 5 seconds left. Rosas up and good. Jacksonville is going to the AFC Championship game, barring a miracle on the ending kickoff. And that will do it. That miracle will not happen as Rosas sends the Jags to the AFC Championship game. The Jags will either be going to Arrowhead or they will be heading down to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Really, the Jacksonville Jaguars dominated every aspect of this game. Bills left it all on the field, but there was nothing doing there at the end. Their defense just couldn't stop Lawrence. And Lawrence and the Jags are going to go to Arrowhead to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, out in the NFC, LA will be taking a trip to Tampa as Tampa beats the Cardinals and LA upsets the number 1 seed Cowboys. So Jacksonville upsetting Buffalo, the Rams upsetting the Cowboys. So AFC, Kansas City will host Jacksonville. NFC, Tampa will host the Rams. Your Bills, unfortunately, their season is over. They will look ahead to the offseason, which you can find live on twitch.tv/Snyderman_Inc. on February 28th, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Bills have some needs here that they will need to address in the offseason. We'll see what they are able to do live on Snyderman Broadcasting, February 28th. Heck of a 2021 NFL season. Looking forward to 2022, and we will see you for the NFL offseason next time. Be good, Bills Nation. We'll see you live.